My name is Janette Rogers Booth, and this is my endo story. I was officially diagnosed in early 2001 with a laparoscopy by an OBGYN. Prior to that, it had been suggested by several doctors that I had it, and they actually were treating me for that with continuous birth control pills. But there was no official diagnosis until 2001. I've had surgery several times, multiple laparoscopies throughout the last decade. Early on, it was more DNC and ablation, followed with Lupron treatments for several months, and then continuous birth control pills, hoping that the symptoms would subside. I've had hysterectomy, total hysterectomy. I've had excision surgery. I've had a bilateral appendectomy. I've had my last excision surgery was about a year ago. It did grow back. It can grow back. I was thankfully insured for most of the cost. I did have to fight the insurance for the cost of a Lupron. Lupron's really expensive. And thankfully my insurance did reduce the cost. Otherwise, Lupron would not have been affordable for me. I've also been diagnosed with adenomyosis, PCOS, in addition to the endometriosis. The worst symptoms for me that are surprising is really significant pain to the point where you feel like you can't even breathe because you're just doubled over in pain. Severe nausea because you're in severe pain. The endo belly bloat, it's awful. Can't even wear jeans sometimes. For me, the symptoms prior to the last excision surgery felt like an electrocuting knife stabbing me, dull aches, significant dull aches, squeezing, feeling like somebody just squeezing you with barbed wire from the inside out, awful cramps to the point where you're doubled over in pain. The gaslighting for me is the worst part of having endometriosis. To be told that it's in your head, it's just take a Motrin and go home and you'll be fine, is really sad. And probably the worst part about having this disease. It's hard to stand up for yourself when you're having people tell you that it's literally in your head. For me, I want the medical community to know that earlier diagnosis and treatment is crucial. We need and have the right and should deserve to be treated as real patients, real women experiencing a real disease